Hey, good morning. Welcome back to another episode of The Off Ramp. I am your host, Thomas Jason Anderson. Really appreciate you joining me this morning, those who are live. Later on today, those who can catch the recording. This will be a good one for you because I got a lot of feedback on my push towards supporting Trump and this attack on the Iranian regime. Uh, Interesting, the pushback. Some people are saying I'm a rhino. Others are saying that I'm a Zionist. I don't know, bro. It's all over the place. I have written extensively on this and I have done several videos. It shouldn't be to any surprise that I support what Trump is doing in Iran. Why? Well, the Iran situation is directly connected to the Caribbean. It's directly connected to Venezuela and Guyana. And I've known this now going back to the like 2008, 2009. Okay. So I'll tell you how far back it goes, right? I did some research work for the Senate Homeland Security Committee for the staffers there, and because they were interested in what I was digging up in the Venezuela Guyana region some years ago. And I gave them some info the best I could. I gave them a bunch of research, and it led to the droning of a terrorist in Pakistan. But the guy was hiding out in Guyana for a little while. So, so anyway, with that said, and by the way, this is just media work I'm doing. See, what happens is a lot of times people don't know that our politicians, they think it seems like they know what's going on. They know what they're told. Their staffers know way more than them. And then when it comes to our society, people in the media know way more than you think. What they are reporting on is not what they believe, and it's not what they know. I hate to break it to you guys. So we are doing a lot of things as, especially research journalists. We help a lot of people. We help the ethics committee in Washington, D.C. We help a lot of people. Okay. We don't really help law enforcement. And that's because they're not allowed to communicate with us. Just so you guys know, and this is for others who in Guyana who say I'm a CIA agent. Well, it can't be so because the CIA and these other federal agencies, they're not allowed to get involved with journalists at all. It's the First Amendment. So I can't be here as a federal government employee pretending like I'm a civilian doing a media show. It's a no-go, right? So we do help a lot of people. We primarily do not help law enforcement because they're not allowed to talk to us. Um, Unless we have an interview and they're on the record. Uh, but besides that, we're helping a lot of people and we do know a lot of information. That's why I'm doing the off ramp because I'm trying to share with you guys some of the information that's in the background. So I'll explain in more depth now why I wholeheartedly support the actions against the Iranian regime. And I want to place it within so that you guys can be on the same page with me, for those who have questioned, I don't know, my intentions in what I'm doing and talking about this one subject. Let's put it into some context. Good morning, Sharmella, by the way. Let me put it into some context. So you guys know who are churchgoers, right? That we have pastors out here who they preach the word and they teach the word, right? And then you have people out here who are professionals. They don't preach the word or teach the word, but they have to live it in their everyday life. And the way that it looks for a normal person to live out their faith in their everyday life, it's not going to look like the Bible. And it's not going to look like what the preacher is saying out on the pulpit. It's there's it's two totally different worlds, right? And so think of that in way of politics. Okay, so in politics you have an ideology, and that's like the Bible. Okay, and your politicians are your preachers, and so the politicians are preaching to you the political ideology that they believe in, their political Bible. That's what's going on here, right? And that's fine. But there's a big difference between a politician, right, telling you about their Bible, right, and people out here actually living that ideology, actually living that political ideology. It's two different worlds. And so when I'm supporting Trump when he's doing what he's doing in Iran, so many people are assuming, right, that it's the ideology that matters right now. It's not what's happening in the real world. It's not how you actually live out the ideology. It's not actually how the countries are living out their ideologies. No, no, no. It's all pure ideology. It's all just like the preacher in the pulpit reading the Bible. That's how the real world is what everyone is sort of believing here. And I'm telling you guys, if you really believe that the the nations around here, the politicians, the people who actually are doing the work on the ground, they may have whatever ideology, they may be communist, they may be capitalist, whatever their political Bible is or their political ideology is, that's one thing. But what are they actually doing in the real world behind that Bible, that political Bible of theirs? See, I don't think people are realizing that there's a huge difference between whatever ideology you align yourself with and the actual working of that ideology in the real world. So let's bring this to something that everyone can understand. Look at Delcy Rodriguez, the current leader of Venezuela. Take a look. She just praised Trump on X some hours ago, thanking him. She's a supporter of his now, right? And so, how is it possible that this Chavista, pure communist, is now friends with President Trump after he just bombed the Iranian regime? How? Explain to me, you guys who are the big supporters of the Iranians and who are anti-American and believe Trump is evil and doing something wrong. Explain to me how all of you guys are watching this and you're criticizing Trump and you're saying he's wrong. And while you're saying that, Delcy Rodriguez, a pure, full-on communist, is thanking President Trump. Explain that to me. I can tell you guys this. The people I interact with on Facebook, you guys are fake communists. You're fake. You're not real. You're just on social media and you're talking whatever you think you believe, but you don't know what you believe. Fake communists. You think you're against America, but you don't even know what America is. You have no idea. You're going by the political Bibles that these preachers are preaching to you, the politicians. And you're assuming that what they're saying is real. It's not. It can't be. It's just like the pastor with the Bible. Sure, what he's saying is real, but it's not real. Why? Because it's not, until it's actually lived out in the real world, it ain't real. It's just words. And that's where I think we're all getting caught up at. So if it's possible for a full-on communist who's running Venezuela to thank President Trump and to be his buddy after he just wiped out the Iranian regime, if that's okay, then why is it bad for me to say, hey, man, I support what he's doing over there in Iran? I'm not even a communist. So I'm supposed to be expected, I'm not even a communist. I'm supposed to be expected to be against Trump right now when the real communists like Delcy Rodriguez are his buddy? I mean, make it make sense, please. Please make it make sense. Make the math here. Now, people are going to say, well, of course she's being buddy with him because she has to do that right now, or else, this and that and this. That's my point. That's my whole point here. Okay. Of course she's buddy with Trump right now. She isn't his forever friend, but guess what? What she needs and what her country needs is aligning with what Trump needs and America needs. And that interaction, that partnership to get real things done in the real world is way more important than whatever political debates you guys are having online or whatever political debates the politicians are having. It's all fake. The only thing that's real is what you see happening. So let's talk about the Iranian thing. Why do I support it so much? Hey guys, I can see you. Hey Jason, good morning, by the way. Why do I support the Iranian push? Why do I support those guys being taken out? Because I know from my research work in the media space, I know what those guys have been doing here in the Caribbean, in South America, in the United States. I know how the Iranians weaponized their sanction status to be able to flood the zone here with all kinds of evil stuff: human slavery, weapon smuggling, gold smuggling, drug smuggling, human trafficking, terrorism. This is what Iran was doing. And they were financing it with their ghost fleet of oil vessels that were passing through the Panama Canal all the time. So I know what those guys were doing to my community specifically. I know what they were doing to my country. I know what they've been doing to our region in the Caribbean. I know what the Iranians, that regime, was up to. They were trying to kill all of us. I'm just letting you know. All of us in the Caribbean, if it were up to that crazy regime, they'll blow us all to hell. And they were doing it in small incremental ways. They had a drone plant factory in Venezuela when Trump went in to take Maduro out. So they were going to be building suicide drones in Venezuela right here in our backyard. And people are asking me, well, why are you against taking those guys? Well, they're building suicide drones within flying distance of my house. I live in Miami. What's wrong with you guys? Like, I keep asking myself, what is wrong with the world we are living in today? Look, I understand you guys love your ideologies and you love your debates. But when I see that Iranian regime creating a factory to make suicide drones in Venezuela that can fly and hit my personal house, yeah, I'm against them. I'm 100% against that. I don't know how else to put it. I look, guys, I get that you have your ideology. I get that you hate capitalism. I get all of that. But I like my house and I don't want an Iranian drone dropping a bomb on it. Now, my question is, why did the Iranians feel like they had the right to build suicide drones within flight distance of Miami? Why do they think they had the right to do that? That's all I want to know. Because I'm telling you, that's why they got their asses kicked. They came over here, it's our backyard, and they were trying to play games. I'm just letting you know. They were partnering with the Venezuelans. They were creating all kinds of mayhem and chaos. They were fostering criminal organizations here, rape, murder. This is what they were breeding wholesale here in our hemisphere, here in the Caribbean. And everyone's wondering why are you against those guys? What? I don't get it. Look, guys, I'm going to repeat it again. There is a huge difference between your stupid ideology you keep debating about ad nauseum forever, and guess what? You never get what you want. Have you ever noticed that? All of you ideologically aligned people, you never get what you want, ever. You know why? Because what you want ain't real. It doesn't exist. It's some theory bullshit on a piece of paper. That's right. And you think it's alive because you've been tricked with all the glitz and the glam and the cameras and the smart guy that comes on and says, hey, I have a Harvard degree. I have this experience and that experience. I am an international manager of everything. And I'm here to tell you, this is the ideology you're to believe in. And you fools out here just believe these guys. They're idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. They haven't lived one day in the real world. I'm talking about the world we're all in. These guys were born with trust funds. They ran around their whole lives doing whatever. Yeah, they learned some stuff in school. They had some high test goals, but they have no clue of what's going on in the real, none whatsoever. And yet, you guys are out here supporting these fools. I'll give you a name of one, Tucker Carlson. That guy was born trust fund baby, son of a CIA henchman guy, super brain guy. His father was a super CIA agent. That's what Tucker was born into. Rich guy. He hasn't tasted one day of regular life in his entire life. But he supports the Iranian regime and he opposes Trump. You know why? Because in his elite world where they just manage all of us dogs down here, that's what they're doing. They're like dog catchers and dog walkers is how they view themselves. And people like me and all of those regular people, we're just their dogs, right? This is Tucker Carlson's mentality. All of his people around, they think the same way. They all view us regular people, we're just their dogs, flat out. We're just here to be used to push their agenda. And so in this rich man's world, where he was born into a trust fund, where he's never lived a normal day in his entire life, right? In his world, it's good to have a terrorist regime in Iran building suicide drone factories in Venezuela. He wants that because in his world, if you have that and you do more of that, his world gets better. He gets wealthier. He gets more powerful. Now, we can go into why that is. I can show you the research, but that's what's going on. And that's why he opposes Trump, because his own personal world is coming down because those Iranian thugs are being wiped out, because these criminal syndicates in the Caribbean are being wiped out. Why would Tucker Carlson be so supportive of criminal syndicates in the Caribbean? Well, you can go back into his history and you can see that he was dabbling early on in the Iran-Contra stuff down there in Central America. You guys need to wake up, man. In the real world, outside of these ideologies, the truth is there is no ideology. In the real world, here's all that matters: money. I'm just telling you, that nothing else matters. It's money. Now, you guys can sit here and say, you communist guys out here who hate Trump and hate America, you can claim that it's not about money, but you're a liar. And if you're not lying, then you're stupid or you're blind. It's money. That's what all this is about. Hello. So you guys can debate me all you want about claiming I'm a rhino, I'm this or that. I don't give a damn what you say, but I will say this: you have no clue what you're talking about because you don't even realize that you live in a world ruled by money. You don't even see that. Y'all think that you're in a world that's ruled by ideology, that the communists do this and that. They don't care about the money. Are you? Y'all need to wake up, man. So that's what the off ramp is for. I'm doing this to get you guys out of that crappy, stupid world where the elite managers like Tucker Carlson tell you what you think you need, what he says to you, what he thinks you need to hear to follow his lead. And what he's doing is just fattening his pockets. Why? Because all that matters in the real world is money. Hello? If you want to know what Tucker Carlson's about, money. That's why he's opposed to what Trump's doing, because it hurts his money. Hello. And everyone else who's opposing Trump right now, it hurts their money. They're playing the game that, oh, it hurts my ideology. My philosophy says that this is not right, so that's why I'm opposed to it. Lies. It's their money. Hello. So you guys can get mad at me, and because I'm just telling the truth. If you don't believe I'm telling the truth, Rewind this back and listen to it again and tell me where I'm wrong. I'm telling you the truth, but you guys don't want to hear the truth because you want to live in your stupid world of this ideology philosophy crap that ain't even real. The only thing that matters is money. Sorry to break it to you. So when you guys take the off ramp here and you come into the real world where all that matters is money, the CCP and the China, all they care about is money. They don't give a damn about nothing else. It's money. The Saudis, money. The Israelis, money. The Americans, of course, we're about money. Everybody's about money. Wake up. There's nobody who is not about money. Now, I'm not praising money. I'm not saying you guys should be doing nothing but going after money. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is wake the hell up and realize that all these people who are talking about the ideology stuff, they're just talking about their money, and they're using ideology as like a way to trick you into thinking they're talking about something else. It's their money. So you can fight me all you want, and you can claim that he's lying. These people aren't greedy. They're not after money. They actually believe in the Communist Manifesto. Fine. Disagree with me on that. Make yourself look like a fool. Fine. But don't come cursing at me, claiming that I'm some big Trump supporter and I'm a rhino and I'm a evil capitalist. I'm none of that. I'm a realist. And I know in this world of money, and the Iranians were after money, they were trying to kill for money. Me and other Americans. They wanted to kill us for money. Now you guys can claim, no, they didn't. Those were nice guys. Well, you're stupid because they weren't nice guys. So cry me a river, a bunch of thugs who are trying to kill me and my family and other Americans for money. Trump blew them up. Okay. FAFO. The world goes on. Now people want to talk about the debate. Well, who's going to put Iran back together again? The Iranian people. Let them do whatever the hell they want to do. Who cares? If they need help, they've got cousins, brothers, and sisters all over the damn place in the region who can help them. They've got China who can help them. But at the end of the day, if you're going to create a country where you want nuclear bombs so that you can kill people for money and somebody takes you out, okay, live by the sword, die by the sword. This has nothing to do with ideology. Y'all are tripping, man. Y'all are tripping, man. I don't know what to say. So this is what you're going to get on the off ramp, guys. This is what you're going to get. If you're going to come at me and argue at me online, don't come at me with your ideology. Don't box me. I'm not in any. I'm a realist. You want to talk to me? Let's talk about the money. Let's talk about the smuggling. Let's talk about the criminal syndicates. Let's talk about the corrupt politicians. I don't give a damn about ideology. I don't care about any political movement. I don't give a damn. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what the off ramp's about. So come at me online if you want. But if you're not talking about the real world, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. If you want to talk about your theories, go to some philosophy person, go to some theology person, go to some political science thing. Don't come to my show because we're not going to be having theories up in here. I don't give a damn about theories. I don't give a damn. Sorry. I just don't care. I don't believe any of it. And I'm surprised the people who criticize me that y'all do. How ignorant can you be? Anyway, so I hope I cleared everything up on this. If you don't know yet why I support what Trump's doing, you should know why now. And if you haven't figured it, rewind this and keep listening to it until you figure it out. And yes, I'm opposed to everybody who is out here hating on Trump. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I know what that man did was right. And I will defend him for what he did as right. And I will go after the people like Tucker Carlson who are full of shit. Sorry. Anyway, have a great day, guys. I will see you tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And once again, thank you for the support. Please share, comments, everything, man. Like, you guys are great. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.
Now I'ma put it down like that. I'm leaving, I ain't coming back. You don't like the way I act anyway. You really don't have to react. Don't try to change my mind, in fact. Honey, I've already packed all my stuff. We're no longer kids, let's move on. And you are not my kid, so I'm done. Please don't make me pull my gun. Sorry boy, I can't be the one. You know it, yeah. Nothing lasts forever. You know that a change will make it better. You know that nothing lasts forever. You know that, yeah, change will make it better. There's no one to blame, you see. Maybe we're not meant to be. There are plenty more fish in the sea anyway. Every day's a different thing, so I'm not into wedding rings. It ain't personal, it's the way I think, yeah. You know it, nothing lasts forever. And you know change will make it better.